Hello everybody, my name is Cameron Earl and today I am back with another Villainous video. Today I am actually starting Fate deck rankings of the actual Disney Villainous. So the first cards I will talk about are the cards that are the ones that, they're bad, but they're not too bad. But the cards I will talk about last are the worst cards. So I'm going to start off with the face of Villainous, Maleficent here. Got Maleficent's Fate deck. I think that the easiest card to get around and pretty much the least bad card in the deck are the guards. Now, there are 3 guard cards in Maleficent's Fate deck, but they're not actually all that bad. 2 allies must be used to defeat guards and they're 3 strength. Yeah, they'll just get in the way, pretty much, but who said there's no condition where you absolutely have to defeat them, which is why I put them there. Okay, so the next card I have is King Hubert. He's a 3 strength hero. When King Hubert is played, you may move 1 ally from each adjacent location to his location. So you just move all the allies to his location, vanquish them, and you can just move the allies back. If that is, yeah. Maleficent, she has 2 move out items. 2 move symbols on her board. It's not going to be that bad. I don't know much about Maleficent because honestly she's pretty far down on my list. I don't care much for playing Maleficent. The next card I have, which even surprised me, is Princess Aurora, the Sleeping Beauty herself. When Aurora is played, reveal the top 4 cards of Maleficent's Fate deck if it is a hero play, otherwise return it to the top of the deck. There's no guarantee that it'll always be a hero, because if I'm looking through the rest of the Fate deck here, there's an effect, there's 2 effects and 3 items, and that takes up a third of the Fate deck. So there's like a like if there's 15 cards, that's just 10 cards are heroes, 5 cards are not. That's what I'm trying to say here. So yeah, Aurora, the worst thing about Aurora is that she's 4 strength, which can discard Maleficent's Forest of Thorns curse. If she has 4 strength, then yeah. The next hero I have is Fauna. When Fauna is played, discard a curse from her location. Very straightforward. She's only 2 strength though, but it's very straightforward. You discard a curse from her location. Still not good. Next card I have, which next card I have is Once Upon a Dream. Discard a curse from a location in Maleficent's realm that has a hero. Very straightforward. You just discard a curse. If there's a hero at a location, you discard a curse from that location. But Maleficent has an armada of curses in her hand. But if she got all these cards played on her, there's going to be a big problem. The next card I have, there's 3 of these, and it is the Sword of Truth item. Attach Sword of Truth to a hero with no other items attached to them. That hero gets +2 strength. The cost to play a curse to this location is increased by 2 power. So therefore, this is where the cards start getting real bad. I mean, they started getting bad back at Fauna, but it's pretty bad having to spend 2 extra power to play a curse, and they are expensive. There's 3 different curses in Maleficent's deck, and 2 of them cost 3 coins. And one of the curse types costs 2, but still. Okay, so the next hero I have on my list is... Oh wait, actually. The next card I have on my list is Flora. When Flora is played, Maleficent must reveal her hand. Until Flora is defeated, Maleficent must play with her hand revealed. You're literally playing with everyone seeing your hand. Everyone can see what you have in your hand, and that's going to lead to them knowing what you have and knowing what your plans are, and it's not going to be very good. She is easy to get rid of because she's only 3 strength, but it's still pretty bad. King Hubert could even help Fauna stay alive a little bit. Okay, taking the bronze medal of bad is I have Prince Philip. When Prince Philip is played, discard all allies from his location. Pretty straightforward. You discard all allies from his location, and he's also 5 strength. That is really bad. But there are 2 cards that I think are worse. Because, yeah, he can discard the Forest of Thorns curse, which is honestly, dude, it's such a weak curse. Compared to the heroes in her deck. But there's 2 cards I think are worse. Okay, next we have the sassiest fairy of them all besides Maleficent, Merryweather. 4 strength hero. She can discard Forest of Thorns. In case you guys don't know what I keep talking about, Forest of Thorns. I'll find it in here. There it is. Heroes must have a strength of 4 or more to be played at this location. Discard a curse when a hero is played at this location. So if a hero with a strength of 4 or more is played to a location with Forest of Thorns, then that curse is discarded. Okay, so I have Merryweather here. So not only can she discard Forest of Thorns, but she does not allow you to play curse to the location she's at. So you absolutely must get rid of her if she is on your board. Okay. Now, for the final card of the Fate deck, this one was honestly no question to me because this card is brutal. Maleficent's Fate deck as a whole is brutal, but this card is by far the most brutal. I have King Stephon as the worst hero in the Fate deck. This guy, he can destroy you. So, when King Stephon is played, you may move Maleficent to any location, and you're like, well, that's not that bad, but I'll show you why it's bad. So, King Stephon has 4 strength in total. So not only can he discard Forest of Thorns, if he's played to a location with Forest of Thorns, but he can move Maleficent to any location and get rid of this green fire curse. Heroes cannot be played to the location. Discard this curse and Maleficent moves to this location. So if he moves Maleficent to the location, it gets destroyed. He is the only hero in Maleficent's Fate deck that can get rid of 2 curses. So he's definitely not good. I have him as the worst hero in the Fate deck. And that's how it's going to stay. Okay, so now we're moving on to Captain Hook. For the least effective hero I have is, not surprising, Peter Pan. His goal is literally to defeat Peter Pan, so he needs Peter Pan. So there's really no point to put him any higher as bad, just because he really needs Peter Pan, and Peter Pan is the only card he needs. So that should have been just a dead giveaway. Next we have a 2 strength hero, John. John gets +1 strength if he has any items attached to him. Pretty straightforward. There's only 3 items in the Fate deck. I think, yeah. And he gets +1 strength if he has any items attached to him. So he could get up to 5 strength, but, you know. Next card I have is his little brother, Michael. When Michael gets +1 strength for each location in Captain Hook's realm that has a hero, including Michael's location. So he can get up to 5 strength just like John can. Well, he can get up to farther. Like if there's a hero at each location, Michael would get +4 strength, which would be 5. And then with the 3 Pixie Dust cards, that'd be 6, so that would be 11. And then you put Wendy on him, which would move him up to 12. So yeah, he can get up to a really high strength. Next card I have is a huge burden sometimes, and that is the Lost Boys. I don't care much for the Lost Boys. They suck. They are mean people. At least 2 allies must be used to defeat Lost Boys. And if the Lost Boys are at a location where you absolutely have to defeat the hero, you have to use 2 of your allies. This is going to put a huge dent in your goal. Just checking if anyone was here. Okay, so the next card I have is the oldest sibling with the most responsibilities, Wendy, my least favorite character in Peter Pan. She is annoying. I was going to say right now, she is annoying. All other heroes in Captain Hook's realm get +1 strength. And she is a 3 strength hero herself. So, pretty self-explanatory. That is Wendy. Splitting Headache is the effect card I have next. Discard an item in Captain Hook's realm. Now, Captain Hook has a whole lot of items that add different actions to different locations, and honestly, if you discard the right item, you can put a huge dent in Captain Hook's progress. And there's 2 Splitting Headache cards, which I think... Yeah, there's 2 Splitting Headache cards, and it could just be it can turn real bad real quick. Okay, so the next card I have is an item, which is Taunt. Attach Taunt to a hero. Captain Hook must defeat heroes with Taunt attached to them before defeating our heroes. So I was complaining about Lost Boys earlier, how 2 allies must be defeated. What if you attach Taunt to that so you absolutely had to defeat them? So that's pretty much it. And then you'll just waste allies to have to defeat Peter Pan. Okay, so I have the other item right now on my list, which is Pixie Dust. Very self-explanatory. Pixie Dust, you can attach it to a hero, and that hero gets +2 strength. So it's very, very self-explanatory. They just get +2 strength. And I had all those attached to Peter Pan once, and it put real bad. It was real bad for my progress. So second to last card, I have the 2 strength hero, Tinkerbell. When Tinkerbell is played, discard 1 ally from her location. This card has made me lose as Captain Hook so many times. Tinkerbell always gets played at the very wrong time and just discards a card from your thing. And I'm like, it just doesn't work. Okay, so now for the absolute worst card, and this card is bad. It is a 5 strength hero, and it is TikTok. If Captain Hook moves to TikTok's location, Captain Hook must immediately discard his hand. Now that is a pretty funny joke. Captain Hook must discard his hand. TikTok. Now, if you don't know Captain Hook's story, the reason why Captain Hook wants to kill Peter Pan so bad is because Peter Pan chopped off Captain Hook's hand and then fed it to the crocodile. And now the crocodile keeps going after Captain Hook because he likes the taste of Captain Hook so much. So it's kind of funny how it's discard his hand. It's pretty funny. But nevertheless, it is an absolutely brutal hero. Very hard to get rid of. And if you play at the right location, Captain Hook will have no choice but to discard his hand. Okay, so finally we are going to get to probably what is the most brutal fate deck of these 3, and that is Jafar's fate deck. Jafar, his fate deck is bad. So for the card that is least damageable, it is Genie, with no surprise. You need him to win. That's basically it. The only perk about Genie is that he gets +2 strength if the magic lamp is at his location. Next card I have as the least bad hero is the 4 strength Raja. I don't know if it's Raja or Raha. I haven't seen Aladdin for a long time. He gets +2 strength if Jasmine is in Jafar's realm, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Next card I have, there's only one of these, and being that it's an effect, I thought there was going to be more. I have Treachery. Jafar loses 2 power. Very, very explanatory. Next card I have is Sultan, 2 strength. Palace guards cannot be used to defeat Sultan, and Palace guards take up pretty much like over half of your allies, so I mean Gazim would be a good card. Oh, it's one of Jafar's allies. Next card I have is Princess Jasmine. Princess Jasmine is pretty much a counter to the role of the Scarab Pendant that allows you to draw up to 5 cards instead of 4. But if she's played before you have the Scarab Pendant on your board, you'll only be drawing up to 3 cards because you draw 1 less card at the end of your turn with Jasmine. Okay, so the next card I have on my ranking is the item called Wish. And to no surprise, there is 3 wishes in the Fate deck. Attach Wish to a hero, that hero gets +2 strength. Okay, next card I have is only 2 strength, but still. Carpet. Jafar must defeat Carpet before defeating other heroes. So if there's a card like the ones I'm getting to, there's a hero on the board like the ones I'm getting to that you absolutely have to get rid of, then Carpet will be very bad. Next card I have is Crushing Blow. Discard an ally with strength of 3 or less. Your most useful ally in your deck is Razul, the leader of Jafar's henchmen, and he allows you to play allies. You could play allies for free, basically, and he's only 3 strength though. And if he gets discarded, it's no bueno. If he gets discarded with this card, it's not good, because then that'll put a huge dent in your progress. Okay, so the next card I have is Narrow Escape. Search Jafar's discard pile for a hero and play that hero. There are 2 of these in the deck, and these last 2 cards that I have are extraordinarily bad, and Narrow Escape is always used for these 2 heroes. So these 2 actually have the same abilities, just one stronger than the other. Second to last card, I have Abu. When Abu is played, choose an item at his location and attach it to him. Jafar cannot use that item. When Abu is defeated, the item is returned to Jafar at the same location. So you could attach the Magic Lamp, which is what Jafar needs to win, to Abu, and he'll have to defeat Abu. He could hypnotize Abu, but there's only 2 hypnotize cards in your deck, and you have to use one of them for the genie. You do have the Snake Staff, but the Snake Staff, that gets hypnotized out of your Fate discard pile, but it's still expensive. Okay. So I knew that this card was the worst card in this Fate deck for a long time. This card is absolutely brutal. It's literally the same as Abu, but this is Aladdin. Aladdin has the exact same ability as Abu, but he's 2 strength more. And being how many allies you'll have, and being the number of allies you might have to use for Genie, it's going to be hard. Personally, Jafar's Fate deck is what really makes me dislike Jafar. What makes me dislike Jafar a little bit as a character. He's definitely not my least favorite to play in the game. He's close, but still, it's just Fate decks are brutal. Soon there will be a video where I go ranking the Fate decks of Prince John, Queen of Hearts, and Ursula. So basically, yeah, that was the video. 18 minutes and 13 seconds on me talking. Go figure. Well, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out. We're gonna make it 8:30, 18:30.